Hey guys, welcome to Double Shot of Penguins. I'm Dejan Kovacevic. He's Chris Halleck. We're from DK Pittsburgh Sports. We're still in the middle of the NHL's Olympic break, but at least it's the best part of the NHL's Olympic break because there's a nice little convergence coming up. Meaning tomorrow, elimination play starts over in Italy.
Yep.
Also tomorrow, the rest of the Penguins resume practicing in advance of their return game next week against the Devils. And it's just US and Canada, isn't it?
In men's or women's?
Men's.
Oh, well, women's we know. I mean, it actually probably will be official. Maybe not quite by the time this show is over, but the women's US beat Sweden in the semifinal 5-0 today. I know Canada is playing their semifinal game right now. But in men's, while Sunday made me feel a lot better about the United States than Saturday did, I'm not quite ready to say U.S. is just a shoe-in for the gold medal game.
I swear, that game.
Talking about Saturday?
U.S.-Germany.
Oh, Germany. Okay. I feel a lot better about Germany than I did the day before against Denmark.
You mean the U.S. performance against
Yes.
Germany? Yeah, I thought the Germans were so bad that I didn't even take it seriously.
Oh,
you know,
really?
It's always hard to tell
Okay.
who's good and who's bad whenever it's happening at the same time against each other. But I really consider the Germans to be a tournament disappointment.
I would agree with that.
When you go in there with, it's not huge depth, but they have a pretty significant league in Germany, and there should be enough players to cobble together 8 to 10 guys who can skate, who can make things happen in a supporting cast, while building around Leon Draisaitl, while building around some of the better, Tim Stützle, the guys that they have, former NHL like Dominic Cahoon, who played for the Penguins, and then you watch them, and there's just nothing, and they had no idea what to do, even with Draisaitl. It looked like,
Draisaitl didn't look anything like his Edmonton version.
Well, because in Edmonton they can get him the puck over there on that far boards, and these guys weren't doing that, so he would have to cross over to the left side, and you could tell the U.S. had a plan to take out Draisaitl, not least of which was to have the Kachucks annoy him.
Oh,
the whole game.
My MVP so far for the United States is Brady. Tkachuk. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
he has been phenomenal. I will say though, I feel a lot better about Austin Matthews after his performance yesterday. I thought he was. I know. And I'm saying that specifically because I knew it would get that reaction out of you. But
when did the big game start?
Oh, I know.
I
know. We'll see. Because that next game for the United States is going to be most likely against Sweden, unless Artur Shilovs decides to pitch a shutout against the Swedes. But yeah,
that's been Brady's been my U.S. best player up front.
Agreed.
My best overall player for the U.S. has been, my God, what is happening to Zach Werenski?
Yeah.
Like he's the new Jacob Slavin, and the old Slavin's still pretty good.
Yeah, he's playing pretty good too.
Yeah, but
I think Quinn Hughes has been
he's getting there.
Yeah,
he's but Werenski.
Oh yeah, Werenski's been
I don't know, man.
That pass from Matthews to Werenski for that first goal was pretty sick too.
I don't know, man. There just needs to be a rescue operation to get him out of Columbus.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Somebody save this guy's career.
Yeah, for real. I mean, the Penguins at least seem to have saved Chinakov's by getting him out of Columbus.
So I had a couple of thoughts about the American Olympic team before we advance too much further here. One is that no, I don't think anybody was all that wild about their play until the Germany game.
Yes.
Two is that you could tell that they started to do more of the Mike Sullivan thing in the Germany game. And you're starting to see certain guys accept certain roles that they might not have in the past.
Agreed.
And that was something that Sullivan actually broached with reporters in Italy as it related specifically to his two Rangers on the roster, JT Miller and Vinny Trocheck, neither of whom was exactly a popular selection among American fans, nor should they have been, considering the people who were left home in their wake. No. What they were doing out there was killing penalties. And Miller had the big blocked shot, third period. Oh, bench. JT, you're the greatest. You blocked the shot and everything else. And the coaches are coming in behind. JT, yeah, you blocked a shot and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But the acceptance of roles that are not your normal roles is very much a part of winning these tournaments. Like everybody wants to be the Austin Matthews guy, when in fact what you have to be to win these things is the Brock Nelson guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, shoot, look at Canada. I mean, I'm not saying that like Crosby's been terrible. He's been the opposite of terrible.
No, he's been really good
for Canada.
Yeah.
But he's also the third line center for that team. He's not being asked to be the top line center, to be the star, and to be he's playing his role. Now, granted, Canada could just roll 4 lines and they could just keep going.
You wouldn't know which one was, yeah.
but either way, I know what you're saying, because as I'm watching, the lines keep going through my head, I keep quoting the movie Miracle. I just love the movie so much, but it's like, dream teams rely solely on the individual's talent, and that's kind of what you don't want to have happen. You want to see a team be able to play together, and that requires for some guys to not be the star or the goal scorer or
And the weird part of that is the tournament is so short that the biggest games hit you in the face so fast that it's unlike anything these guys deal with, certainly in the Stanley Cup playoffs, which take 2 months. You don't even see game 5 of the series you're in coming. Like, it's like, this is tomorrow, it's Latvia or Switzerland. And then the next day it's boom, it's Canada. And you're like, and you have to be up at this level. One of the things that I admired about yesterday's action in general was that the United States approached Germany as if it were a playoff game. And that was something that Sullivan had spoken to his players about. They went at them hard.
And that was much more noticeable than it was against Denmark. Denmark, they did not look like there was any urgency at all.
Canada had the greater challenge in having to manufacture the same sort of thing against France, which has, I believe, 2 NHL players. I could be mistaken about that. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Their roster is not filled with.
They have their own professional league that's coming along, but it's not even at the level of Germany's or Switzerland's. But they had to get that going against France, and they had to crash. Like, you look at Tom Wilson's opening goal in that game. By the way, it was beautiful. That guy, he makes you furious for a whole bunch of reasons, and that's one of them. The fact that he is also that level of player and scorer. But they got it done, and they just kept going.
Yeah.
The Canadians did. They weren't doing that to embarrass anybody. They were just, you got to put up a bunch of goals. There's some goal differential thing. I don't remember what it is.
Canada has the best. I don't know what the exact.
But I'm saying that might have been a thing too. I don't think they're looking to embarrass anybody, but they have to make sure that they're doing something that gets them energized moving into the next round.
Yep.
That said, please, somebody else come along in this tournament and make it more interesting than just 2 teams.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a big ask.
I still think it's Finland.
I thought it was Finland. And I really didn't like. Who'd they lose to? Slovakia?
Yeah. But that was the first game.
I know. I don't think the Slovak program is where it was, and it's certainly not where the Finnish program is now.
No, but the way Finland turned around after that game.
They did. They did. They've been very, very impressive since then. I'm also looking for Sweden. Still out there somewhere.
Is it crazy to think that they're not an automatic lock to beat Latvia?
I think they will.
I think they will.
The funny thing is,
I'm not saying they won't.
Is that they've done everything right except score. So they're either on the verge of some kind of massive breakthrough offensively, or they're all just emulating Ricard Raquel's game in the NHL this year, which is to just produce a ton of offense, but not necessarily put the puck in the net.
Which makes you feel a lot better if you're the United States, by the way, because if Sweden just can't find a way to put the puck in the net and Connor Hellebuyck continues to play the way he's played, then yeah.
Who's been the best goaltender in the tournament so far? Don't say Shilovs.
I'm not going to say
Okay,
Shilov.
good.
No, but Shilovs he's been good. He's been good for Latvia and good for him to get to represent his country. He gets them their first win in the Olympics in 12 years, something like that.
Yeah, I mean they've won
Yeah.
before. They've had their share back in the Sandis Ozil and Arturs Irbe days. I'm going to start dropping random Latvian names from the past. But Shilovs has acquitted himself generally well. Obviously, in the win over Germany, he did more than well.
Yes.
Yeah, including stopping all 10 shots off the blade of Draisaitl,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Yeah.
Tournament, the goaltender so far who looks like
It's not Jeremy Swayman. I know that.
oh god,
Don't get me started on that decision.
I know. What were they thinking?
I have no idea. Ottinger is a 1B to Hellebuyck.
What do coaches not like is Ottinger? Does he not hold the door for them or something?
Seriously, I have no idea.
Does
I have
anybody
no clue.
understand that?
It's not even just the goal that was scored from center ice. It's not even just that.
Oh, it's partly that.
It's
though.
partly that. But even then, Swayman never looked confident in between the pipes. Never. He never didn't. It never
All
looked
right.
like he was a good.
Well,
yeah.
here's what we know. Taking the two teams that we can trust have the best chance to get to the gold medal game. Connor Hellebuyck is your goaltender,
And
United States of America.
I like the way he's looked so far.
And he has looked like the quiet, boring Vezina
That's what you want to see.
MVP Winnipeg version of Hellebuyck.
Yep.
He has not looked like the game one, oh my God, Winnipeg is about to come down on my entire head version of Hellebuyck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been cool.
Yes. That's been a really great
That's
development
been neat
for the
to
US.
see
Yeah.
for the United States. In the Canadian net, ... Oh, you know what? Please send Jordan Binnington out there. Do that. See where that gets you. Try that twice in a row. Twice in a row. That was fool's gold for nations. Don't get me wrong. He was really, really good.
He was really good in that game.
He was just, was just, but the goaltender who plays in St. Louis also exists. And I refuse to believe that he's so important and so precious that he can only get up for the big games and otherwise don't bother him.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But Hellebuyck is looking like your goaltender. And if that's the case.
Also, Saros has been pretty good for Finland.
He has.
Since and that's another part of this where, and the way the tournament
One of
is
Sid's favorite goalies in the league.
Yeah.
No, for real.
With the way the tournament is, I mean, it looks like that U.S. and Canada won't even play in the gold medal game unless it reseeds in the next round, like after the quarterfinal.
Seeds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at least with the way it is on the actual Olympic website, like Canada and U.S. would play in the semifinal, which would be stupid, in my opinion. I would hate that. That's what happened in 2014, and I hated that too. But it is what it is. I don't know if it reseeds or not, and maybe somebody in the comments knows whether it does or not. But either way, if it does, then we'll see. But for Finland, Saros playing really well it bodes really well for them too, because he's been good.
Yeah, the Finns need to score, and that's where the whole Barkov thing and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
He's also faced 74 shots, and he stopped 70 of them.
He's good.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk about somebody who hasn't had anything to play for in quite some time, playing in Nashville. Guys, this program is brought to you by our friends at the Moe's Southwest Grill. They are currently offering a value meal. And that value meal, since you just asked, begins with a Moe's Junior Burrito. Junior, they call this thing.
It's bigger than what I would call a junior.
Yeah. 10 inches of pure flavor. Any way you want it, you just walk in there or order on your app to your specifications. It also comes with 2 ounces of Moe's famous queso and a regular drink. All of that for $9.95. That's a real thing. Check out the Moe's Southwest Grill. We have one right here downtown, Market Square. And there are also, I want to say, around 8 or 9, maybe more, throughout the region. Real easy to find the list. Just go to Moe's Southwest Grill and get one near you. There's definitely one near you. They're pretty
one
nice.
10 minutes from my house out in Westmoreland County.
Pretty nicely spread out. And when you walk in there, instead of saying that we sent you, just yell back, "Welcome to Moe's," whenever they yell it your way.
Or I'm at Moe's or just something.
Or great to be here, Moe's.
Yeah, great to be here, Moe's.
Icon gets us in the spirit with a big old welcome to Moe's. I like that.
There we go.
Kyle does say that the tournament recedes after quarters.
I would hope so.
So that's the way it should be. Nobody wants.
Well, especially they're 1 and 2. Canada's 1, the US is 2. Why would you want your top 2 seeds playing each other in the semifinal?
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, you want it this way. You want it to be something that captures everybody's attention. And I do remember I covered the gold medal game in Sochi. And I remember looking at the Swedes over there on the other side of the ice, and I thought, it was possible.
Yeah. I
mean, the Swedes had people.
Yeah.
And they had King Henrik over there in goal.
Mm-hmm.
King Henrik wasn't counting on that long-range wrister from Chris Kunitz.
Do you know where I was during those Olympic Games during that hockey tournament?
Where was that?
I was not in the country.
Where were you?
I was on a cruise ship. My wife had just gotten back from a deployment about a month prior, and we had been apart from each other for I think it was 8 months, and so we were like, we're gonna do a big vacation. So we went on a cruise, and hockey was available to be watched. So I watched and was really, really upset when the U.S. lost to Canada. Well, that night we went to the comedy, to the adult comedy at night that they always have. And there was a whole section of Canadian fans that were just bragging about the win. And so that comic then spent the rest of the night just doing nothing but tell jokes bashing Canada. It was actually quite entertaining.
I mean,
it was some pretty good. It helped cushion the blow a little bit of losing to Canada in that semifinal game.
You realize that Chris Kunitz has stuck 2 gigantic daggers into Erik Karlsson's life. You know that, right?
No, but that's true.
And then 3 years later, Kunitz comes along in that overtime of Game 7.
Yep, Eastern Conference Final. Yep,
that knuckler past Greg Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sweden needs to get its act together. Sweden has an opportunity to do that against Artur Shilovs in Latvia tomorrow, and that might be it for Sweden. Meaning, I don't think they can afford to just get a crappy little W and proceed. I think you need to see them establish some Swedish swag.
Something.
Get something going on here.
Haven't seen that team yet.
No,
haven't seen that team
haven't
yet.
laid eyes on them.
No.
And for that amount of talent, and I understand this shouldn't be an excuse, but William Nylander's been in and out. They've been keeping him out of practices. He's clearly not 100%. But then Nylander comes in the lineup and he scores beautiful goal and then looks like their best offensive player. That's not okay. There's just too much talent there, including up front. There's too much talent there on the Swedish roster for them to perform as they have.
I would agree with that. I'm not trying to look too far ahead of this, but if it does reseed after the quarterfinals, which Kyle says, Canada's 1, US is 2, Slovakia is actually 3.
They earned it.
They won the group.
Sure.
Finland's 4.
Okay.
So if all of those teams win in their quarterfinal, it would actually be US and Slovakia 2 versus 3, and then Canada Finland in the semifinal is really interesting. I'm not trying to look too far ahead. There are still games to be played. But again, when I look at who probably has the best chances of winning the gold medal right now, Canada's a far and away one.
Really? You have them far and away ahead of the United States.
So much better. I trust me. I want USA Hockey to win. I think Canada has looked that much better in the round robin portion of this.
I'm telling you, I liked the American game against the Germans.
I did too.
And I liked their game from a depth standpoint too. I mean, it's not just because he scored a goal from long range and really ripped it, but Tage Thompson looked like himself.
Tage Thompson looked really good.
Okay. I saw guys who we hadn't necessarily noticed before. And you got to remember, for someone like a Thompson, and you want to talk about somebody who hasn't played relevant hockey. Okay. I don't want to keep taking cheap shots at bad NHL teams, but there's bad NHL teams, and then there's what the Sabres have done for 20 years now. Okay. Yeah. Thompson's playing the first important hockey of his life, going back to his amateur days. And there's going to be, and some of these guys talk about this openly, Chris, there's a wow, you get there and you see those 5 rings when Ole Mata made it to Sochi. And he was obviously really young. This was pre-Cup and everything. But the Finns thought enough of him, even at that age, that they were going to bring him. They were going to bring him in because they felt like he was going to be, and they told him this. Yep, you're going to be part of this program at the top national level for a long time, for years to come. But Ole gets there and he's like, "What?" And you're seeing all these legends around you and everything, and the gazillion cameras and people and the atmosphere. There's nothing like an Olympics. Nothing on this planet. Not Super Bowl, not World Cup, nothing like an Olympics. And they're floored by it, and it takes some time. And that goes for, by the way, it's for a Jeremy Swayman too.
Right.
It just does.
I will say,
I'm playing on a hockey rink with no ads.
And well,
how foreign?
I think Jeremy Swayman is hoping or is wishing those white boards were available instead of the dark ones that are there. But to your point, one of the things that's probably encouraged me most about Austin Matthews is not like the pass that he made to Rowinski for that first goal against Germany or anything like that. He scored 3 goals, but have any of them been that highlight reel Austin Matthews goal where he does the toe drag and shoots it bar down? And
no, they've
been dirty goals.
They've been dirty. He went to the net yesterday and got the redirect. I'm trying to remember who passed it. It was just a gorgeous pass. Jake Sanderson from Ottawa. Just a really pretty touch into the top corner. He's capable of that too. He's capable. And then he went there for the rebound on the one play, and he is going to bleeping disappear.
Well, if he disappears, then U.S. doesn't win.
You know why he's going to disappear?
Because he plays for the Maple Leafs.
He plays for the Maple Leafs, but also, what did the U.S. try to do with Draisaitl? Go at him.
Yeah.
Just find the other team. It's the old Bill Belichick approach.
Yeah.
I'm going to erase the other team's best player. You can hurt me with your other guys. You're not going to hurt me with that guy. You don't even need both Kachucks to get Matthews off his game.
Yeah.
You need one Kachuk, preferably the one plays for the other Ontario NHL franchise, to just go at him and remind him, dude, you realize you're a Maple Leaf.
So would Canada's
I have no faith in him whatsoever.
I know you don't. But so I'm
just not even being facetious.
So
I just don't.
If it does get to U.S. Canada in the gold medal game, if that's what it is,
it's going to be about Hellebuyck.
I'll say, because Tom Wilson would be the one. Like his goal that game will just bother Matthews all game long.
It will. I think what you would get into if a U.S. Canada matchup, and we obviously have time for that, just to close out the day's program here. A U.S. Canada matchup, to me, would be defined almost entirely by the back end of the United States roster. And what I mean by that is Hellebuyck first and foremost, but also that ridiculously, unbelievably mobile blue line that they have.
Quinn Hughes skating is just...
You are not going to see,
my gosh,
Canada's extraordinary speed freak those guys out.
No.
They're not going to see Nathan McKinnon or Connor McDavid coming through the neutral zone and go, ah!
Yeah.
I mean, it won't be pleasant.
No, it never is for anybody.
But But Jacob Slavin isn't going to get freaked out. Zach Werenski isn't going to get
Who's
freaked
the
out.
slowest of all those blue lines?
Quinn Hughes isn't going to. There isn't one.
That's what I'm saying. They're all great skaters. Watching Quinn Hughes skate, by the way, is probably one of my favorite.
I don't think he's skating. I don't know what that is. I wouldn't call that skating.
Yeah. No, he hasn't been their best defenseman yet, but he has. Watching him I think he's done the best job of breaking the puck out of the zone, and that's been very, very important for the U.S.
Sometimes that's just by existing.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to pass it.
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. His vision, his skating, and when he does, make those passes, he's been really good.
It's been quite some time since we've banned Lead with Chris from any of our programs, so let's correct that. Lead with Chris comes in and says,
"Oh, that was a joke from Valentine's Day."
It is?
Yeah.
My wife asked me why I didn't buy her flowers for Valentine's Day. To be fair, I didn't know she sold flowers.
I get it now.
I get it now.
I get it now.
I see what happened.
It's still better than the
This
tuna joke over on the Steelers channel.
This was in the queue.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Guys, we're heading over to football. Come on over.